last 27 years, the Cibolo Nature Center has led the way in conservation education throughout the greater Central Texas. This nature center, created by Carolyn Chipman Evans and her husband Brent Evans, is located in the small town of Boerne, Texas. The Cibolo Nature Center's mission of promoting conservation of natural resources is reinforced with the purchase of Herff Farm. In 2007, the Cibolo Nature Center purchased a 62-acre farm with the plans to protect the natural area, restore the historic compound, and develop agricultural and educational programs for the public. The land consists of various trails along with the beautiful Cibolo Creek.
Well, welcome to the Herff Historic Farm. In the 1800s, in the mid-1800s, Europe was going through crazy revolution everywhere. And Germany was right in the heart of it. The aristocrats and the educated people were looking for some place to go. And the nobles of Germany suggested, Texas is great, the land is free. In this time, Dr. Herff came over from Germany, and he was an unusual character, a linguist, a botanist. He even knew how to do cataract operations. And the Comanches had a chief who had cataracts, and he was going blind, and they asked the doctor to save him. Now, the doctor had built this house by then, and he was here. And so he went ahead and operated on the chief, and it was a successful operation. And in his journal he writes, "Never was a doctor happier about the gratitude of a patient's family than on that morning in 1888.
During the Civil War, he fled back to Germany since the Confederates were targeting Germans for being against slavery. As the war subsided, he ended up settling back into Boerne, Texas, making peace with the Indians that still lived there, and thus creating the foundations of Herff Farm. Today, Herff Farm has created a farmer's market to include an inspiration garden, which teaches sustainable living for the hill country.
Wall Hill makes the very best honey. It's just not available in a whole lot because it only grows in certain places in South Texas.
It has so many wonderful farm fresh vegetables and fresh eggs, and then I can learn about how to garden. I can look at some of the plants and learn about the plants, and so it's just a great time to get a lot of information.
There are so many ways to get involved with the Cibolo Nature Center and Farm. You can come out and help us build trails. You can help us come and clean out the Cibolo Creek. So it's really taken a community to get to where we are. We're totally run by a very dedicated staff, but primarily by hundreds of volunteers who dedicate their time, their talents, their energy, that really makes everything that we do possible here. We touch 30,000 people a year who actually come out to enjoy our programs. So every dollar that's donated helps us to further our reach.
Herff Farm is an example of how diverse communities can come together to save and restore history and the lands in which it took place. Herff Farm hopes to create a model of how to have a nature center that helps people appreciate nature and how to have a community farm that's truly the community's farm.
And so it's amazing how a little community with a few volunteers can make something grow into an idea that has ripples around the world. And it's the power of an idea. It's not the power of any one personality or any one point of view or political persuasion. It's just folks realizing that we've got to reconnect with nature. We've got to get back to the garden.